Hi, it's Gabriel here. I wanted to jump on here and do another rooftop transmission from the mountains here in Nelson, BC. And you can see in the distance the snow has started to land and the air is getting chilly. But I wanted to get on here not just for the panorama, but also to talk about this idea that comes from a writer called Gay Hendricks in a book called The Big Leap. And it's called the upper limit problem. And it starts with the basic idea that each of us has a kind of thermostat setting, so to speak, inwardly, that determines how much love, success, and creativity we allow ourselves to enjoy. And when we exceed our inner thermostat setting, we often do something to sabotage ourselves. And that can cause us to drop back into the familiar zone where we feel secure. So this is an important thing to name. I know I do some master classes lately on self-sabotage, and this is part of that. It's about finding that deservingness to raise your upper limit and find the deservingness to experience wave after wave of greater love, greater creative energy, greater financial abundance without the compulsion to sabotage that. And there's a tension and a dissonance that can happen when we're challenged to raise our thermostat setting, so to speak. And part of it you can notice by the inability to receive a compliment, that's actually the upper limit problem showing up. How many of you listening have that problem? That when someone compliments you, you have a hard time receiving it. And that, if you notice that happening, it's actually that deflection keeps the positive energy from landing, from receiving, and from being acknowledged. So I'm naming this pattern because there's nuance to it and subtlety. And that ultimately the goal in life is not to attain some imaginary ideal, but it's to find and fully use our own gifts. And that's what I love to witness with the people I work with through the purpose coaching, so that they can claim that personal freedom to live their purpose, which is to give that gift. And there's another layer of this upper limit problem that comes in with the scarcity mindset of thinking that we live with a finite amount of time, which is true on one level, but it becomes a mindset of time scarcity, where people, you may notice, complain about there not being enough time, or complain about the victim mentality of no time. And the truth is, that's a choice, that you always have the power in the moment to shift your mindset and drop into a different way of looking at it and make a different choice. And the other thing is, when we drop into the zone of genius, which is that zone of your unique gift and calling, you don't care about approval. You don't care about getting control. You don't care about any of the goal-oriented ego drives. There's a spiritual energy in motion, and we can put the power of spirit to work for us in that way by just opening to it and then creating wealth with ease and flow. So the question to ask is, what is your genius? And how can you bring your genius forth in ways that serve others and yourself at the same time? In the genius zone, time doesn't fly, it flows. You are where time comes from. Thanks for tuning in. This is Gabriel Kazan, Alive on Purpose. Enjoy your day.